Welcome to ProjectME, the podcast. I'm your host, Tiffany Carter, the founder of ProjectME, multimillionaire entrepreneur, former TV newscaster, money-making expert, female empowerment speaker, and self-proclaimed office supply addict. My mission is to take the mystery out of making big money. Every week on ProjectME, the podcast, I'll share success tips, strategies, and stories from other entrepreneurs, experts, and millionaires, showing you exactly how you can achieve your most exceptional life. Now let's get to it. Exciting announcement for all of my listeners. I've officially opened my exclusive group, the ProjectME Passive Income Posse, to the public. This group is by application only, so we can keep the group high vibe and spend our time, energy, and expertise only helping those of you who truly want massive success and impact. You get live weekly trainings from me, special guest coaches, and direct access to me and my business partner for all of your questions. To learn more and apply, go to projectmewithtiffany.com, click on Work With Me, and select ProjectME Posse. And of course, any questions, feel free to DM me at ProjectME with Tiffany. Welcome to ProjectME with Tiffany Carter, the podcast and posse. I'm your host, Tiffany, and for those of you who are not yet at $10,000 consistent months, this episode is designed for you. It can be so difficult when you're in those early stages of your business. And by early stages, I mean monetarily. You could have been at this now for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, and still not have hit $10,000 months. And we need to fix that today. I want to share with you where to focus your time, energy, and money to grow your business to those $10,000 consistent months as that first main benchmark in your business. Now, I like to compare this to, of course, we're going to use an analogy, to weight loss. So if you're someone who has 60 pounds to lose, losing 10 of it is not going to be that hard, that first 10, right? You do some more movement, you cut out eating an entire pie every night, something like that. But when you have that last 5 or 10 pounds to lose, which a lot of us carry on us, like I have a solid 10 that I carry on me right now, that requires a lot more focus and energy and attention in order to get that off. You have to be more granular. You have to pay more attention in order to make that happen. So to get to $10,000 consistent months in your business, the good news is that is like losing those first 10 pounds. It is actually not that hard. Now, you probably have a belief that it is, especially those of you who have been going at it a while, or those of you who are over consuming content and looking at other people who are doing it, comparing in self-doubt, going, oh my God, I have no idea how I'm going to do that. Mathematically, I don't get it. I don't see the roadmap. I don't see the way there. But I'm telling you, getting to that first 10 is actually easier logistically than you think. You need to do far fewer things than you're telling yourself that you need to do. And to even get to $250,000 a year. My 2-month program, my private coaching program for my new entrepreneurs who are making less than $10,000 a month, what I teach in there and the system that I set up for you and everything that we do, that is designed to get you to $250,000 a year, without a doubt. And that's without paid ads or a fancy funnel or anything. So the first thing I want you to do is you have got to put out of your brain all these beliefs that you have stacked up, right? Just at least for this episode, start with a blank slate, if you would, and go, I'm going to throw everything that I've accumulated in my brain, all this mental baggage. I'm going to just leave it on a table or stuff it in a closet somewhere for right now while I listen to this episode, because I need you to really hear me. Because I know you gather things from consuming, right? We all do. So by you being on social media and then you doing a free webinar and someone's free training, and then you buy a course and you're in someone's mastermind and you're having all these different people tell you you need all these things. You need a funnel, you need an email list, you need to have freebies, you need a digital course. Now you need to do a book. Now you need to do a podcast. Now you have to have physical products. And then you spin and spin and spin in great overwhelm. Then you end up in analysis paralysis. You don't do anything, which makes you feel like shit. You feel like filled with shame. Then the self-doubt comes in, and then really nothing happens. Does that sound familiar? Yes, I know, all of your brains. Love you guys. Aren't we fun? The reason I know is because I've been there. That's a big part of why I wanted to start ProjectME, is so that I could be the coach, the leader, the teacher to you guys that I wish I had, and had someone just like telling me like it is, cutting out all the bullshit, and just speaking directly to me in a way that I could hear it, where it's like, listen, leave all the rest and just focus on, these few things, and this will get you there, and just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And that's what I'm telling you today. So number one, I need you to put your blinders on. You know how when you see, horses in public, or police horses, right? Where they put the blinders on the horse on the side so that they're not distracted. They don't get stressed out, right? I need you to put your own blinders on when it comes to devouring and taking in information. Most of you in this stage of your business are consuming way too much information. You are taking far more in than you're putting out. Not good. No es bueno. Must stop now. Okay? You don't need more intel. You need to get into action. Now, here's why a lot of you don't. Your ego convinces you, because of self-doubt, because you're not feeling you're good enough to do it, because you feel you need to know more, you don't think anyone will listen to you, who am I to do this? Because of all of that stuff, you think more information, or your ego tricks you into thinking more information will mean I am more prepared, and I'm more credible, and I'm more worthy of this. All it's really doing is keeping you safe. It is much safer to be the student versus actually doing the damn thing. It is way safer. I know a lot of people who are lifelong students, and because it tricks your brain into thinking you're being actually productive when you're not moving the fucking needle in your business whatsoever or growing it. But it does trick your brain into thinking you're doing something, and it can trick other people in your life into thinking you're doing something, right? Like, it can make you feel better when you say to a friend or a spouse or a parent, oh, well, I'm taking this course and I'm getting certified in this, so that's what I'm doing. It's like, okay, well, for certain professions, you need to be licensed and there are certifications, and I get that. But for many of you listening, your intellectual property, your life experience is your certification. And even if you do need some sort of certification or license, you can still be building your business in unison at the same time. So I need to get through that ego of yours, because it's keeping you stuck in being safe as the student. You need to get into action. Action, action, action. Action is where the cash is. And then some of you are probably going, okay, I'm willing to go into action, but where do I start? Where do I start? I'm getting there. Come your titties. So number 2, I only want you focusing on 2 main lead generators. I don't care what kind of business you're in. You could be a Reiki healer. You can be a physician. You could be an accountant, a musician, a lash technician, a coach, a trainer, a network marketer. I don't care. You need to have lead generators. If you don't have things that are generating leads, meaning getting more of your ideal clients coming to you, you are not going to be able to make money or make sales. And you need things helping you out with that, because there's only one of you. We no longer have to go to networking events and go and shake hands with people, or back in the day, people knocked on doors or hit up every single person you see. Thank God we don't have to do that. But that's like, old school lead generation. You have got to have digital lead generation in order for your business to make money. But what happens is, especially with entrepreneurs who aren't, yet making that 10K consistent months, you guys think you have to be on everything. So you're like throwing spaghetti at the wall, and I need to be on Pinterest. Well, Instagram's not working. Maybe I need to be on LinkedIn. This isn't working. Maybe I need to be on Facebook. That's not working. Maybe I need to change network marketing companies, right? Maybe I shouldn't be in network marketing. Maybe I should affiliate marketing. Maybe I shouldn't be a coach. Maybe doing group coaching isn't my thing and I need to do a course. And you switch, and you don't give anything the true time and patience and dedication and nurturing for it to grow. Would you stand over, like, let's say you were planting kale. Would you stand over this baby kale plant or seedling or whatever? I have no idea how to plant kale, but like, let's say it's a seedling, right? Would you stand over it and go and visit it every day and be like, what the hell? Why aren't you growing? What are you doing wrong? I'm going to water it. I'm going to sit here all day. I'm going to get fertilizer. I'm going to sit here and stare at it and stare at it and stare at it and just expect it to grow and then get pissed off and it doesn't grow in the time I want it to grow. And now 2 weeks have gone by and a month has gone by and I don't see anything. So you know what? Screw it. I'm going to dig it up. That's what you're doing when you keep switching lead generators. It takes time and effort to grow a lead generator. So there's some entitlement going on there, and I'm calling some of you out, and that's fine. You guys need to be called out. There's some of you that have this entitlement, and you also have false expectations. Could be false expectations because of other people you follow online or assumptions you make, or maybe there's been people who've misinformed you. But let me tell you, any good lead generator takes time, whether it's an email list, it's an Instagram account, it's a Facebook account, it's Pinterest, whatever it may be, it takes time. So if you're trying to focus on getting content on 5 different areas, you're spreading yourself too thin. The content monster will overcome you. And then you're just going to start slapping up content up there just to get content up there. And none of it's really going to be that good. I don't care. You're just going to focus on 2. For example, when I started my main 2, my podcast and Instagram, period, end of story. Anything else, I didn't touch. It didn't matter. Now, yes, you can have your Facebook connected to your Instagram. So whatever posts on Instagram ends up on your Facebook or vice versa. So I did that, but I wasn't hitting up people in Facebook Messenger or digitally shaking hands with people in Facebook, right? Just focused on Instagram and my podcast. So you need to determine what are your 2 lead generators. That is where you enjoy spending your most time, and it must match where your ideal clients live. And you need to pour your heart, soul, and energy into creating top-notch, high-vibe, on-brand content and serve your people. Serve them in the DMs, really serve amazing content, and take a heaping dose of patience every single day. Because you're not going to grow by the hundreds and hundreds every week. You're just not, unless you're buying followers, and we're not about that. So you really have got to focus. It's a lot of content creation, and you have to give before you receive. Somewhere along the line, some of you have lost your minds and think, oh, if I give, I have a deal here. If I give for a month and I give for a month, then I should get a sale. I should be making money. Really? Well, where did you get that idea that it works like that you're in charge? And that's how it is. This is where the patience and having faith in yourself and your business and in the universe and in the God of your understanding comes in. You have to have faith. It will click as long as you keep going. If you have an expectation on it and you're getting pissed, I'm telling you right now, you are energetically blocking it. People can pick up on it. You're ruining your whole magnetic energy, polarizing energy, because you're putting all these stipulations on it, and it's not going to work. The third thing is get on video. Video rules. I like to say content is king and video is queen. So be a queen and get your ass on video. And I know a lot of you are uncomfortable with video. I do a lot of training with private clients and in my 90-minute sessions on video and helping people who are more shy or introverted or feel awkward on video. There's a lot of techniques that we can do to kind of help break that ice. But the only way you can get better on video and the only way you can get better at writing posts, better at all these things, is by doing it. Just like anything else in this world. There's nothing different. And yeah, when you're doing something new, it's awkward, it's embarrassing, it feels vulnerable, you feel really exposed. That's no different than me going and trying snowboarding. I'm horrible. I fall every 2 seconds. And it's humbling, it's embarrassing. There's, the pro boarders who love to make fun of the newbies like that. It's not fun. It can hurt. But if I really it was desiring to learn how to do it, well, then I've got to be willing to pay that upfront price to get what I want. So you have to be willing to pay that upfront price. And I want you to know that is the price. And how long is it going to take? I don't know. It could take 6 months. It depends how much you're pouring into it. And if you have a true content strategy. So that's where I'm getting to number 4. If I could go back in time 12 years ago, and this is going to sound self-serving, and that's fine. It's still the truth. I would have hired a business coach from the get-go. I really would. Maybe not when I was side hustling those first 6 months, because I do think I do think that part for me, I needed to kind of figure some stuff out on my own, and I might not have been ready to have a coach because I wasn't clear what I wanted. But I waited 5 years, and that was not a good plan. I wasted time. I wasted money, lots of aggravation. I almost quit about 1 million times. But I would have shaved it off by hiring someone who already knows the strategy and the structure and the system to attracting more of your ideal clients, strangers, and converting them into paying customers. That is how you make your money. Those are income generating activities. Those are the only things I want you to focus on. And if you're not sure how to create that kind of content or to communicate in a way that is going to attract ideal clients and convert them into paying customers, then you need to pay and invest to learn it. You can sit there and keep figuring it out, Googling it, buying a course here or there, doing a free training here and there. You can certainly do it that way. But it is going to take you a lot longer. And my guess is you're already at your frustration point. So it's either all in or you're going to keep toe dipping in that area. It is very important that you get comfortable with sharing your best stuff for free. Yes, your best stuff for free. It's counterintuitive. I had to learn this too. I had to learn this even though I knew that with my other business where my main clients are, they're corporate clients. I knew that, but when I started ProjectME 2.5 years ago in the, this is in the personal space, helping, more so small businesses and solopreneurs, and that kind of thing. I did not get that you give your best stuff for free. I was like, well, my best stuff, people pay me. I mean, I'm paid $30,000 to do a 2.5 hour sales training. I'm not going to give the goods like that for free. That's insane. People have to pay me because, that's how it works more in the corporate world. So I was like really, really blown away, and I needed some serious convincing to give some of my best stuff. That doesn't mean I'm going to sit here and lay out my emotional based sales techniques, my ease method, stuff like that. I'm not going to sit here and like lay it all out verbatim and do something like that to myself. That's not good. But it took me a while to really get it, and to watch people who've been in this industry a lot longer than me, watch them and hear them giving their best stuff. And I was like, okay, I get it. And the psychology is, if you're giving your best stuff and it's that good and it's that helpful to people, their mind's going to go, God, I can only imagine what it's like to actually buy something from her. It must be incredible, which it is, by the way. So the hole I saw in the coaching market, and you guys all have holes in your industry too. The hole I saw in the market is no one was just like giving it straight. They would give you their best stuff, but it took a while to get there, or it was still kind of vague. It wasn't specific. It wasn't actionable. And so I did learn by listening and watching other people's content, but it is so important that you give your best stuff. I'm not saying you overgive and lay it all out for free, or do some 10 module course or something like that for free. I'm not saying that, but you need to make sure that free content you're putting out there in your posts, in your videos, in your emails, in your podcasts, in your all that stuff, all the lead generation stuff, it better be pristine. And you better make sure that you're talking to that one person. Stop trying to talk to too many people and focus on that one person, that one person's set of pain points, that one person's core desires, and keep talking to that one person. Stop trying to help too many people. I know you guys are overgivers and you want to help more people. I'm the same way. Stop it. It doesn't work. That doesn't work. And that's why you're not making money. It's not going to happen. And I know you hear it a million times. You have to niche down. Well, you do. I have a really great IGTV video on my Instagram that talks about my take on niching. And I think it's like 3 minutes long, but it's powerful. Go to @ProjectME with Tiffany. That's my Instagram. And then go into IGTV. All my IGTV videos are there. They're all very clearly titled. There's a wealth of information in there as well. And you'll also be able to see why video is queen, right? I said content is king, video is queen. You'll be able to really see that because you can really feel connected with me in that way. Same on the podcast, even though it's not video, but we're friends. Like I am in your ear, right? I am in your ear, which that actually kind of sounds weird, but that's fine. This is all I want you to focus on. This is it. I'm done. There is nothing else I want you to focus on. It's getting to know that one person you're talking to, like it's your best friend, Sally Sandabs. I share my name of my ideal client with you guys for teaching purposes. She is named. I have a picture of her in my head. I have a picture of her across from my desk. I know her as well as I know my best friend. I know what she thinks is funny, what she thinks is annoying. I know how she is on her worst days, how she is on her best days, what she's frustrated about, what aggravates her, what makes her happy, what brings her joy, what really matters in her soul. I know all those things. That's your job. That's why so many of you guys go, God, how are you able to be in my head, Tiff? How do you know what I'm thinking? How do you know what I'm going through? How is this possible? It's really almost creepy because it's my fucking job to know and humbly serve you. That's why. And I find it to be that important and I care that much. And that's what I need you guys to do versus downloading checklist number 512 and learning, right? Some Instagram hack over here. Stop it, right? Just stop it. If you have to mute a bunch of accounts or unfollow people that kind of stress you out, or you have a tendency to get lost in their content, that's what I mean by putting blinders on. Unfollow them, mute them temporarily, you catch yourself in the scroll hole, you've got to stop it. And I want to give you a little pro tip. I actually came up with this when I was on the phone with my doing a session with my therapist, and I told her about an idea I had right before I came on with her. And on the back of my phone, I put a piece of tape, or you can do like washi tape, something that has texture to it, right where I know like my finger or my thumb would come across it. And it's basically a trigger reminder, like to go, are you scrolling? Like, are you over scrolling, or are you working? You know, are you like working, like, are you working the gram? Like I'm down with you guys working the gram. Like you're working that gram, you're working Facebook, you're working LinkedIn, you're working it to make money. Are you working it, or are you in there and scroll, in scroll city? And so that little piece of textured tape and I've tried it before I shared it with you guys, obviously. It works really, really well. It's caught me and stopped me a few times, because I can tend to do that too, where it's like, oh, maybe I'll get inspired, maybe I'll get inspired to, do a reel, or something will, visually inspire me, or I tell myself some bullshit. It's like, stop it. We overconsume. I need you to create, overconsume. Create, overconsume. Create instead of consuming. Create, and put it out there, put it out there, put it out there, put it out there. And if you're just not doing it, if you tell yourself you're going to, if you're all gung-ho after listening to this episode, and you tell yourself all the things and you're going to do it, just like people tell themselves they're going to stop, eating fire Cheetos at night, or I tell myself I'm not allowed to buy popcorn anymore, which I'm not. So no one send me popcorn. Like, I will eat the whole fucking bag. Right. And then a week goes by and I'm not bought popcorn. Now all of a sudden I have popcorn. If you're doing that with your business, you need someone to hold you accountable. You need a business coach. You need to put your money on the line to where it's uncomfortable and to where it's scary, to force your ass to show up if you know that you're not going to do it yourself. You can start by booking a 90-minute private session with me. That's why I have those available. They're only $497. I will be raising the price on that soon. And that is truly designed to get you a roadmap, get you a plan, get that profitable niche very clear and laid out, and really have a clear understanding of who is that one person you're speaking to and what problems that they have. I believe there are some spots left for October for my 90-minute coaching. I'm not sure. I know this week was already sold out, last week or the week before that. That link is in my bio for my 90-minute sessions at ProjectME with Tiffany. It's also on my website too, which is projectmewithtiffany.com under Work With Me. So if that is something that is going to help you be accountable, I do not feel it's enough to be accountable by having a friend. Like, for example, me having a friend for me to go to the gym, which not that I can here in LA. It's like, are we ever opening those again? Who the hell knows? But me having a friend, like knowing I'm meeting a friend at the gym, that might work for a little while. And then I would start saying, oh, I can't go tomorrow, or, oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't meet you. But me paying a trainer, knowing if I don't cancel within a couple days prior, I lose that money. You better damn well believe my ass is showing up, even if I'm a disaster, right? I will show up, because I'm not about to lose that cash. And also, it's really rude because I know it affects his livelihood, because he could have had, right, another appointment. So you've got to put skin in the game. And it's not, and you could think, oh, it's easy for you to say, Tiffany, you have, millions in the bank, so you can just do that. No, it's not. It's all relative, because the coaches I pay are very high level, because you always want to hire someone who is, several levels ahead of you. So they're a lot of money. So it's all relative, really. So no, it's very noticeable to me as well. If it wasn't, it wouldn't get me to show up. I wouldn't even notice it. So I want you guys to get honest with yourself, put your blinders on, focus on these things, take a screenshot take a screenshot. Is that what I was going to say? You know, I love talking about poop. Take a screenshot of this episode, share it on Instagram, tag me at ProjectME with Tiffany. Also, I'd really appreciate you guys leaving a 5-star written iTunes review. If you don't know how to do it, you can Google it. It takes 90 seconds, and I will treat you to a coffee drink or some kind of a smoothie drink of your choice by leaving a review. Just make sure you put your Instagram handle or your name in the review. Then DM me on Instagram and let me know you did it so we can verify that the review is there. And I would happily to say thank you and in gratitude treat you to, you know, a Starbucks or some kind of a pressed juice if you don't drink coffee of your choice as my way of saying thank you to you. Wishing you guys great health, wealth, and worth as always. Love you. If you enjoyed this podcast, please write a 5-star review on iTunes. Not only will this make me super happy, but it will allow more listeners to find our special show. Simply help me help others.